Israel has launched a substantial air campaign targeting Hezbollah in Lebanon. This operation aims to destroy Hezbollah's missile capabilities. The intensity of the air campaign is significant. The campaign puts immense pressure on Hezbollah. These missiles pose a major threat to Israeli cities. Hezbollah must decide whether to use them or risk losing them. The effectiveness of the Israeli air campaign is still being assessed. This reflects Israel's determination to neutralize the threat posed by Hezbollah. Hezbollah possesses a formidable arsenal of long-range missiles. These missiles can reach deep into Israeli territory. They represent a significant threat to Israeli population centers. The Israeli air campaign puts Hezbollah in a difficult position. Launching them could escalate the conflict significantly. It could lead to a wider war. Holding back might mean losing them to Israeli strikes. This is a complex calculation for Hezbollah's leadership. Completely dismantling Hezbollah's military infrastructure through air strikes alone is unlikely. Hezbollah has a complex network of underground tunnels, bunkers, and hidden weapons caches. These make them difficult to target from the air. This raises the possibility of Israeli ground operations, which would present significant challenges. Ground operations in Lebanon would be complex and risky for Israeli forces. Hezbollah is a skilled and experienced fighting force. They are familiar with the terrain. They are capable of mounting a fierce resistance. Urban warfare would be particularly challenging. A ground invasion could lead to heavy casualties on both sides. It could also further destabilize the region. It could draw other actors into the conflict. The potential for civilian casualties and widespread destruction is a major concern. The international community is urging restraint. It is calling for a peaceful resolution to the conflict. A ground invasion would likely be met with international condemnation. It could have significant political and diplomatic ramifications for Israel. Section 4. Iran's involvement and nuclear implications. Iran is a key supporter of Hezbollah. It provides them with financial, military, and political backing. Iran's stance on the current conflict is critical. It could influence the course of events. The possibility of Iranian intervention is a major concern. The ongoing conflict could affect Iran's nuclear strategy. Iran might see nuclear weapons as a deterrent against future Israeli attacks. It could accelerate its nuclear program in response to the perceived threat. Iran's involvement in the conflict remains a subject of debate. While it provides support to Hezbollah, it has so far refrained from direct military intervention. The international community is closely monitoring Iran's actions. The possibility of Iran acquiring nuclear weapons would have significant implications for regional and global security. It could trigger a nuclear arms race in the Middle East. It could further destabilize an already volatile region. Section 5. Regional impact and de-escalation efforts. The current conflict between Israel and Hezbollah has the potential to escalate rapidly. It could destabilize the entire region. The involvement of other regional actors is a serious concern. A wider conflict could have devastating consequences. The conflict has already caused significant displacement and suffering for civilians in Lebanon. The humanitarian situation is deteriorating. There is an urgent need for aid and assistance. International organizations are calling for a ceasefire. They are urging all parties to de-escalate the situation. A peaceful resolution is essential to prevent further suffering and instability. The long-term consequences of this conflict for regional stability are uncertain. The possibility of a prolonged conflict or a wider war remains a real threat. The international community must work together to find a lasting solution. Section 6. The uncertain future. The future of the conflict between Israel and Hezbollah remains uncertain. The intensity of the Israeli air campaign and Hezbollah's response will be key factors in determining the course of events. The possibility of ground operations and further escalation remains a real concern. The international community's efforts to de-escalate the situation are crucial. A peaceful resolution is essential to prevent further suffering and instability in the region. The involvement of regional and international actors will be critical in achieving this goal. The long-term implications of this conflict for the Middle East are significant. It could reshape the regional balance of power. It could exacerbate existing tensions. It could create new challenges for peace and security. The need for a comprehensive and sustainable solution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict is underscored by the current crisis. Addressing the root causes of the conflict is essential to preventing future outbreaks of violence and achieving lasting peace in the region.